first experiences with Sally was that she sat in my office with sheets and sheets and sheets of data, and her eyes got brighter and bigger. She is absolutely passionate about data and about being true to the numbers that she gets, but she can use those numbers in a way that is very humane and very realistic, and she says things in a way that the rest of us can understand. And she's done that through more than one department in the hospital. I like to say she's worked really with every department because of what she's done. But you'll get to hear from representatives of 2 of the departments that she's worked with. And as Jean Ann tells me, the old boss comes first.
Sally has recently sort of transferred over to reporting to the Information Systems Department, and I did that a bit reluctantly and hopefully, and I made Jean Ann sign in blood. That didn't mean that Sally and I wasn't going to continue to be close partners for the rest of the time that the both of us work here, because I haven't anyone that I have more fun in working with than Sally. She is an extremely dedicated person to service, and those of you who have worked directly with her, I think, know that. She is passionate about learning. I've never worked with anyone who has more passion about learning than Sally. And she has the quickest mind of anybody I've ever been around. And she's also just quick. She can get things done quicker than I can explain what I need. And so it's been a pleasure working with her. And there's a short story about her hiring. I didn't actually hire Sally. Melanie hired Sally, and she can't be here today, Melanie Morris. And the position was a position to help us with some information needs in human resources, doing some reporting out of Meditat, creating Excel spreadsheets and access database stuff, and also working with Melanie on benefit communications and implementation. And so Darren Alpo had that position, decided to go back and be a recruiter, and so it was open for a while. And work was building up, and I go to Melanie and say, Melanie, when are we going to hire this person? We need somebody in here. She said, well, I haven't found the right person yet. I'd wait a little longer, go back and say, Melanie, when are we going to hire somebody? Work is building up. She said, well, I haven't found anybody yet. Went back again, when are we going to hire somebody? She finally said, well, I told you I hired somebody, I got the right person. And, so it's properly chastised, and went back to my office. And so not too long after that, she comes to me and she says, well, I think I found the right person, I want you to talk to her. And of course, it was Sally. So there's 2 lessons there. One is that good things are worth waiting for, and that's do it right and do it right the first time. And if you're a vice president or director of a department, one of the other lessons is sometimes it's best just not to get involved and let your staff. And so as a result of that good work, and Sally is here, and she's been one of the most fun and productive people I've ever worked with.
I'm the lucky one because I've got Sally now. And she's not leaving. She's going to stay. And yes, he did make me sign in blood. Talk about that later. But no, Sally's just absolutely wonderful. And I don't know if all of you guys know, we actually start this week with an evaluation of all our financial systems. And we've hired a consulting firm to come in and help us do that. We got a substantial discount because of Sally, because Sally's already done it. I asked her to recommend 2 or 3 vendors for a new HR system. Not only did she give me names and numbers, but 10-page report on each one and what each one does, and evaluation, and it's just incredible. But she is phenomenal, and she has that can-do attitude. There's nothing that Sally can't do. So, welcome.
Before you do, Sally doesn't report to me, but I also want to say some things too. Sally is so humble and so thoughtful, and when she received the initial nomination, and we let her know that she would that she hadn't made the Employee of the Month yet, but that someone had nominated her, and she contacted me and thank you so much, and please thank the person, and can I find out? And then when she got the award, she said another thank you. So she's very, very humble and very appreciative, and I appreciate that. Also, I was really pleased to see Sally's name come up because she's behind the scenes so much. and really is having such an impact on everybody's lives. And I felt like would be really nice to give her the credit that she deserves. So, Sally, and to thank you, we have this beautiful picture.
Oh, God, don't.
It's on the scope. It's too late. And a plaque. Sally chose a watch and movie tickets, and she gets a day of PTO. So, could you like to say anything?
I would.
Okay. Anybody who interviews me for a job at Children's Mercy finds out that, like Jean Ann, when she called to talk to me about moving into IS, I told her that I love working here. And I love working here because it satisfies a lot of things that I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to, for example, be a teacher. And with the Kronos rollout, those of you who had the great pleasure of coming to the classroom and letting me play teacher in front of you instead of stuffed animals, that was a great fun for me. I enjoyed that a lot. And I also enjoy mystery solving. I kind of wanted to go into the FBI, but I wasn't smart enough, or be a detective or something, but I just didn't. And I like the Kronos stuff I get to do is kind of like a mystery sometimes. And so that kind of satisfies that need for me. I never went to prom, so this is satisfying that need. A lot of good things are going on here today. I have a few things I want to say, and I'd like to thank the Academy. I always wanted to win an Academy Award. So I'm just going to say a few things. I won't talk for a long time, I promise. I'm very honored that all of you are here. I'd like to thank my God. Those of you who know me, I'm very strong in my faith. And I also want to thank a couple of people. I'm shaking. Charles Burnell, I have to say thank you to you. You make me look good all the time. I thank you so much. I couldn't do half of what I do without Charles. I've learned so much from him. And he's a ready and willing teacher, and I'm thankful for that. So thank you. And a lot of the glory goes to you for that. And to Andrew Slaughter. Andrew, who has spent the last couple of days with me on the phone, trudging our way through some ASPX pages and making me look good there. I appreciate it so much. I hope you know that I appreciate what you teach me, and having to teach me for the 5th time to dim stuff and whatever that means. And I don't even know what I'm doing, but he's like, well, you forgot to do that. Okay, so I just get rolling again until I break it again and call him back. So thank you very much. I'd also like to say Jason Cecil doesn't work here anymore, but he taught me a lot about the web, so I wanted to say thank you to him. And John Apperson also has helped me a lot since I've been here. To Dan, Melanie, Pamela, Teresa, all the directors, the HR leadership who've had a lot of faith and trust in me. I really appreciate it very much. As you know, I love what I do. I wanted to say thank you to Karen Greer and Don Hahn. You guys are great employees, and they were on what I called my HRIS team, and I got us all pink sweatshirts, and we were very cool. So thank you very much for the work that you do. I really appreciate it. And I wanted to say thank you to Jean Ann and Pat for welcoming me onto your team. I'm very excited. I hope I don't disappoint you. I'll try very hard not to do that. And to Kevin, wherever Kevin is, I hope I don't disappoint you either. And then Stacy and Valerie, who I like to work with benefits a lot. I don't know, I think it's interesting, but they're very patient with me and telling me the same thing about benefits for like the 20th time. I'm a little bit of a slow learner, so thank you to you guys too. Those of you who know me well know that I keep sticky notes on my monitor to kind of keep me grounded, and so I wanted to share a few of my recent sticky notes with you. And I thought recently, right before I found out I won Employee of the Month, I had this one on my computer. It says, "Humble, nothing in my hands I bring." And it is true. I mean, with all of my, I think it's because of people like Andrew and Charles, and who are very patient teachers, and that I'm able to do what I do, and I want you guys to know that I know that. Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? That was right before I went over to IS. I was a little bit scared. I was being a little ornery in my mind for what. Remember to be subject to rulers and authorities, to be obedient, to be ready to do whatever is good, to slander no one, to be peaceable and considerate, to show humility toward all men. A good thing to remember, all power is given unto my Lord, my friend and Savior. And then I had a really rough week last week. Though he slay me, yet I will trust him. And I just want to share my goal with you, just so you know. Like you need to know my goal. Some of you don't even know me very well, but I'm going to share it with you anyway.
Don't stop now.
That's my last piece of paper, right? So I can't shaking too much, but my goal is to live with no self-interest, no sensitiveness to pokes, How many times do we get poked and bleh comes out? To not be sensitive to pokes, to have love that is not provoked, that thinketh no evil, and that is always kind. So that's my goal. If I don't act that way all the time, I apologize, and I really mean it. So, thank you for coming today. I hope you enjoy the brownies.